so now it brings us to the income tax proposals. Members, if you'll look in your packet, you should have a sheet that has 3 proposals there. This sheet right here. Okay, it says option A, option B with a 10% EITC, and then reduce the top rate, which is in parentheses the governor's plan from 6.9 to 6.0. As I said, we didn't put the tax foundations there because it's got a whole bunch of pieces, some of which we've already adopted as recommendations. So what we're going to ask you to do after Joy gives us a quick recap of these 3 plans, and if DF&A wants to comment on them, they're certainly going to be willing to do so if you have any questions, is rank order these from 1, 2, 3. Which of these plans you feel is the most best warranted for the state of Arkansas? So again, Joy, you'll just kind of recap option A, option B with a 10% EITC, and then the top rate reduction. Members will ask you to fill it out here in just a minute.
Okay. Option A and option B are included in income tax proposal number 5. Both of these proposals would simplify the income tax rates and brackets beginning January 1, 2019. Under option A, the number of individual income tax tables would be reduced from 3 to 1. And the top rate for individuals would be reduced to 6.5%. You can see on the chart there the brackets and rates that would be proposed under option A. The first 4 rates and brackets are equal to what the low income tax table rates will be under the new law in 2019. The next 2 are the middle income tax, are from the middle income tax table, with the exception that the 6% one is extended to 80,000 instead of 75,000. And then you have the additional rate of 6.5% on the 80,000. Option B would again reduce the number of individual income tax tables from 3 to 1 and would reduce the top rate to 6.5%. The main difference here is in the first 4 brackets and rates. Those are the current low income tax table rates. So you can see that those are a bit higher than the ones that you see in option A. Based on what DFA has provided previously, option A would result in an estimated loss of approximately $276 million, and option B would result in an estimated loss of approximately $125.8 million. As we talked about before, Amendment 19 issues come into play if you are raising any tax rates for certain types of tax. Income tax is one of those, generally considered to follow the requirements for Amendment 19. Option A does not raise any of the individual income tax rates, so the 3/4 vote in emergency would not apply to that option. Option B does raise some of the rates for individuals in the low income tax table currently as of January 1, 2019. So option B would require an emergency clause and a 3/4 vote. Under the governor's proposal, you don't have that in here. I'll back up. Part of option B was also going to be the 10% EITC. You don't have that in this proposal. But the DFA has previously estimated that would be about a $77 million impact for the 10% EITC for low-income earners. And then the governor's proposal is to reduce the top income tax rate to 6%, which DFA has stated would be about $180 million.
Okay, Senator Ingram, you're recognized.
Joy, does the EITC offset the 0 to 4,200 and 4,300? What does it do to offset those brackets?
I'm not sure. I know the intent is for that to offset the increase in those rates, but I'm not sure on the numbers. Do you know, Paul?
Senator, we'd be happy to add that additional information, but ultimately the EITC, whether it's a refundable or non-refundable credit, the goal would be either to bring down the overall tax liability after the taxpayer has calculated their taxable income.
Okay, let me just, Richard, you want to come down and speak to that? Because we ran those numbers, and I can tell you that I think he confirmed this. It more than offsets what the change in the bottom rate does, and that was the purpose, because the EITC really drives it towards that bracket. But I don't know if Richard remembers the numbers, but can comment on that, but he put all that together for us.
And in that, while we're waiting on Richard, in that 77 million, is that that's in addition to the 125 million that's set up under the fiscal analysis? Or is that included in that?
Sorry.
In the fiscal analysis under option B, the 77 million EITC, that's in addition to the 125 million, correct?
That's correct, because this option B was just what was proposed under this proposal. We added the 10% EITC because that's what was submitted to Bernie for scoring.
Okay.
Richard Wilson with Bureau. Generally speaking, the EITC is a much more targeted tax relief effort. And it's very, if you remember when we went over it, it's very much directed toward those low-income taxpayers with children. If you're a single head of household, a single taxpayer without children, there's not much relief, but once the first, second, third child shows up in the tax form, then there's much more relief targeted to those individuals. And if you remember, those first four brackets are not just low income, we're all in those brackets. So when you have lower rates for those brackets, it helps everyone, and it's not as well targeted to the lower income folks.
Do we have, Richard, on the schedule of option B, it's got the effective tax rate. Do we have what the offset would be, what the effective tax rate would be for those brackets?
For the federal tax offset?
No, for the state 77 million, we're looking at, let's just say the top end, or let's just say the bottom end is 4,299 is the top in that bracket. With the EITC included in, do we have what the effective tax rate would be included with that? What those numbers would be?
No, so we do not have that bracket. We just know that 10% of the federal credit would be $77 to $80 million.
And how many brackets would that stretch through?
Up to $40,000.
Up to $40,000. So that would get us almost up to the 6%. Okay, thank you.
It's actually low to moderate on the federal credit, Senator.
Okay.
You know, Senator,
Yes, thank you.
Senator Elliott, you recognize?